All right, awesome. We are here, and who are we with?
Austin Thiessen.
Okay, and what did you do today?
I won first place at the Edison Saskatoon Regional.
Awesome. And what deck were you playing?
I was playing zombies.
Okay, let's get into it.
Okay. I'll start with the monsters because they're kind of the most important part. Edison's kind of weird. You don't always play like 3 of everything. It's not like Modern Yu-Gi-Oh! So I played 1 Cyber Dragon.
Okay.
If you go second, sometimes this guy just beats down for game.
Yeah.
Sangan, because this searches like 20 cards in our deck.
Gores
and Trigodia. They're like battle tricks, and even like Trigodia usually sucks, but the trick is you can actually tribute him for probably like the MVP, which was 3 Caius.
Oh, yeah.
Caius, you just summon him and you banish a card on field, and if it's a dark monster, you deal 1,000. Usually, like the best part of him is that he can snipe spell traps too. Dark Arm Dragon. It's just pretty common that we have 3 darks in grave, and because of priority, you can actually just like priority banish stuff. Drop cards on field. 2 Diva. It's just a synchro that does a little bit more. Like it's synchro material. You summon a 2, you summon another 2. Like it lets you climb a little bit. Mystic Tomato, because it floats into most of your deck, because you're just playing a lot of darks. Spirit Reaper, bought me a lot of turns in my last game. Also, you can occasionally hit for it in Edison because they just won't have anything. You get to rip a card.
Yeah.
Mizuki, just part of our zombie package. He's good to dump. He's 1,700, which can often matter. Zombie Master. You pitch a monster card to summon a zombie from either player's graveyard. It's really good in the mirror, and it's even just good in your deck because what we were trying to do is get a lot of usage out of Plague Spreader Zombie. He can summon himself back. He's a 2. He makes specific synchros. Like, we use Mizuki to summon him back, Zombie Master to summon him back. Like, he's just like what everything revolves around. Goblin Zombie, I guess Pyramid Turtle too. These will help you buy turns. You can mill a card if you attack with Goblin Zombie, but in general, you just send them to grave for material, tribute summon. Like, they just let you not die.
Oh, okay.
I guess that's monsters. MST, it's just good generic removal.
MST negates?
Yeah, well, actually, MST does negate Called by the Grave. Someone tried to call by the Grave, and I'm like, okay, MST? And they're like, so, and I'm like, yeah, so it doesn't resolve. Heavy Storm, this is just like, sometimes your opponent has 2 set, and you want to go for a game, you Heavy Storm them. Foolish Burial, we have a lot of graveyard tricks. Brain Control and Mind Control. It's just really broken to like steal your opponent's monster and make a synchro with it in Edison. It's just like such a good tempo turn.
Yeah.
Oftentimes you'll have guys that are banished. Like when Plague Spreader leaves the field off his effect, he'll be banished. So you can like put him back there, as well as when you banish cards with Dark Arm, you can put them back and then use Dark Armed again because it's not once per turn. Allure, we just play a lot of darks, and sometimes you don't need them all.
Yeah.
And then Book of Life. This card is low-key broken in Edison because it doesn't target in Edison, and you can also remove a monster. So there was a lot of situations where I'd have a zombie I want to summon, and they'd have something that's like very good in graveyard. Like I played against 2 Dandy Warriors.
Okay.
And a lot of Dandy Warriors, they love to summon back Dandy to keep making tokens. So what I can do is not only do I get Monster Reborn, I also banish important combo pieces for you. That is kind of our spell lineup.
No zombie world? I thought this was a zombie profile, bro.
It is a zombie profile, but like we're in Edison. Like I'm not making Doom King Balrog. Like it's just not happening. So we don't play zombie world. Phoenix Winged Blast. This card's ass. I'm just gonna cut it. You can put a card like on top of the deck and stuff, and it's just like, why would I ever play this? Like everyone told me, oh, when you play Edison, this card's good. When you play Edison, this card's good. It's ass. It's going next deck profile. Torrential Tribute. This card's really good, especially for a lot of decks that love to like summon the tokens, summon the zombies, like Black Wings. Like they just hate Torrential Tribute. We play a lot of like very control-y traps. So Starlight Road. When they try and destroy monsters, like in my game 1, they tried to torrential me, and they would have destroyed 2 monsters, so I Starlight Roaded them. I make Stardust, and then I just kill them with the tempo. Solemn Judgment, it feels pretty bad to give up a lot of your life points in this format, but in general, if you know that you're going to lose otherwise, like, why wouldn't you play it? You know what I mean?
I see.
Mirror Force, just classic. Like, if they're going to go for game, they see you have 4k life points, and they're like, okay, normal, special, and they try to go for it, you just Mirror Force them, and they lose on the spot. Probably some of the best traps in Edison, like bottomless trap hole. So whenever they make a big synchro or anything, like, I did this to, like, Drill Warrior, I did it to, like, Bryanak. Like, this card just hits so much, and it's so hard to play around, that's pretty impossible. 2 Compulse. Oddly enough, this card's actually very useful. You can just target one monster. So there was a situation where they tried to bottomless my Goyo Guardian, and I can actually Compulse return the Goyo Guardian to my deck, and then that just kind of leaves them for later, because, like, some synchros you just don't want to give up. Duster, it's just, there's a lot of back row in this format, as you can see. I'm playing a lot of it, so Duster is just good to get rid of it. Extra deck, you play Chimera Tech, because you play against any sort of machine deck, you just fuse away their whole board and they scoop. Mistworm, I got Mistwormed for one of the games that I lost. Well, I guess I won the whole bracket, but I lost an individual game because the guy Mistwormed me. If you get this on the board, usually you can return stuff and just hit for game. Star's Dragon, probably one of the best synchros in the format. Negates destruction, 2500, it's pretty big. Summon off Starlight Road, like, just in general pretty good. Colossal Fighter, he's pretty big. If you play against the kind of like warrior beatdown decks too, this guy is really good. We don't play a ton of warriors, but I'd probably go up on the warrior count if I could help it. Thought Ruler Archfiend, 27, so he's pretty big, and he has like a targeted protection negate. You need to give up 1,000 life points, but it can come up, like, if they try and Caius, like, target a card, like, it's just like he's Stardust in a different way, I guess. Dark End, pretty broken card in Edison. He didn't come up today, but you just summon him. You can just priority remove all of his attack, try and get shit off the field. I got a few Blackwings. We don't actually play any Blackwing tuners, but Blackwing is probably our second, like, behind zombies, like, you're going to play against Blackwings in Edison. So usually you, like, Mind Control, Econ, like, Brain Control, any of that stuff, you just take their tuners and you make stuff off of it. It's an easy way to go really plus. Black Rose, didn't summon it today, but it's just kind of like the oh shit button. You're in, like, a terrible state, but, you know, there's not a ton of, like, generic monster negates in Edison, so you can just blow up the whole board and start again. Bryanak, Goyo, I'd probably label these two together. I played these two in almost every match. Goyo, he lets you beat over a Stardust Dragon and summon it, so which is, like, pretty broken. Bryanak, you can just priority remove all the cards from your hand and return stuff to the hand. So usually I did this when I try to go for a game or if I was afraid of, like, Mirror Force or something. Doomkaiser and Hades. You play these as your Plague Spreader guys. He's really broken in the zombie matchup because you can resummon your opponent's zombies. And if you're playing against somebody that has a lot of like effect monsters that do stuff when they're destroyed, you just summon this and hit over them because they won't activate. Castor helps you get over stuff you can't normally get over if it's non-dark. Armory Arm, you just make it if you happen to get, like, some level 4s or you steal something. He can equip to help you, like, beat over stuff. In general, pretty useful. Side deck is, again, really weird. If you're playing against a strategy that does a lot of banishing, or if you feel like you're going to banish a ton of cards, you can just flip this, summon all your banished stuff, and, like, hit them for game. I wish I had more of these. Light Imprisoning Mirror, you just play it for Lightsworn. You're going to play against Lightsworn. Second Starlight Road, just because it can come up. Dimensional Prison's really good against, like, Dandy Warrior type decks, because what they do is they summon Drowy Warrior, they half his attack, and then they try and just hit you over time. So you just deprison it, and you get rid of it for good. This is what I played instead of the Light Imprisoning Mirror, just because I didn't know it. Dark Bribe. It's pretty bad in Edison to give your opponent a draw like that, but, you know, if you have Torrential Tribute, or if they Torrential Tribute you and you have, like, 5 monsters, like, it's better to Dark Bribe than nothing. My buddy is a shield. He just, like, you can just chain it to stuff to protect your monsters if it's necessary. Lightning Vortex, low-key a really underrated going second card. Like, you have to give up a card for it, but if your opponent, like, makes a significant board on any turn, like, it's not like Modern, like, this is live a lot of the time. MVPs for today: 2 Knock, 2 Crow, Cyber Dragon. I ended up just playing, like, Cyber Dragon beatdown in a couple of my games because they'd set something, I'd knock it, banish it all from deck. I'd hit like Raikos, Dandelions, like stuff like that. And then you just combine that with like Cyber Dragon or one of your like bigger like Mizuki or something.
Yeah.
And you can just play like a really low to the ground game. And DD Crow, I'd probably play more of this. I could. It's kind of just broken in Edison. They send Dandelion to grave. You stop them from getting all the value by resummoning it a bunch, by banishing it. You banish your opponent's zombies. You get like value out of the graveyard. Probably the best like hand trap in this format. But yeah, and then I won this cool map.
All right, awesome. And do we have any shout outs at all?
Shout out to the Saskatoon Yu-Gi-Oh community, and especially shout out to the side deck because they held regionals in Saskatoon, so I actually walked here from home. Yeah, I don't know. Shout out Devin, shout out Ethan, and shout out Kyle, Riley, Saul, Latrell, and Al. I love Al. He's the best.
All right, awesome. Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.